So this is the review of Roots by Curtis Mayfield, released in 1971. But before we get on to that album, let's do a brief potted history of Curtis. Born in 1942, an American singer-songwriter, guitarist and record producer, and regarded as one of the most influential musicians behind soul and politically conscious African American music. He first achieved success and recognition with the band The Impressions, working with Jerry Butler, and this was during the civil rights movement's late 1950s and early 60s, and he later worked as a solo artist, and more on that in a minute. So he started his career in a gospel choir, no, hardly surprising, born in Chicago, Illinois. And he met Butler at the age of 14 and joined the group, as I said, The Impressions, a band that I really think you ought to check out. Some absolutely beautifully sang songs, and as a songwriter he became noted to introduce prevalent themes of social awareness into soul music. 65 he wrote People Get Ready, which became a very politically charged song, and he's certainly famous for that. Anyway, in 1970 he decided to pursue a solo career, and Roots is the second album.
So to track one on Roots then, Get Down. The horns on top of the bass and drums creating that funky beat, and after a minute Curtis's vocals come in. The percussion gives a nod to Santana, and you can visualise that smoky Harlem Club, or a hot summer's day in the park. This is soul, funky and mesmerising, with cool, short, picking lead guitar solos. It's got a sexual mood that stirs you in the places you know best. To track 2, Keep On Keeping On, is more a reflection on the soul band The Impressions, Curtis's first band. There's an elegant sax solo interspersed by tasteful guitar, and those horns back in the arrangements. It's a positive song, a sound of belief, and midway the pace quickens and the harmonies in the chorus remind you this is urban life in the US in the early 1970s. Track 3's Underground. There's a narration by Curtis at the front that paints a picture of a polluted environment and a need to become political, become powerful. Underground, the awesome percussion grinding away. There's a delicious Hendrix-style wah-wah with guitar that creates a political deviance. It's anthemic, as the album is as a whole. There's a purity and passion to the groove. Next up is We've Got to Have Peace, a plea, and the music is more urgent. The arrangements mixed at the back have a Motown feel. Curtis's amazing voice keeps you reminded of how it was a one-off, this voice, but a vital voice of political protest and a political message. An exquisite sax solo leads to the outro. It reminded me of Clarence Clemens. Track 5 then, Beautiful Brother of Mine, with distinctive female harmonies. It adds a touch of sound similar to Superfly. It's got a gospel feel in essence. It's a powerful love song that breathes soul and energy. The horns resonate throughout. Some meet echoey guitar as the 7-minute track gets to the outro. There's some wonderful percussion on here, real ghetto stylistic soul funk. Track 6 then, Now You're Gone, is also a 7-minute song, but this is blues inspired. It swings gently with an impassioned plea-like vocal as Curtis expresses the rawness of loss. The horn and percussion mix and intertwine in a sleazy dance-like rhythm. Some of the guitar is truly challenging. Who says funky soul is predictable? And so to track 7 then, Love to Keep You in My Mind. It's a an arrangement that's conducive to a ballad of love. Curtis's singing excels in the upper range. Just sumptuous, dreamlike, endearing, and drenched in orchestration. It's a beautiful closer.